It's January 19th, 2017, and a brand new Eachine Falcon has arrived. Let's go ahead and crack this open and take a look and see how it compares to some of the other Eachine Falcons on the market. You know, Eachine has really pioneered low-cost FPV racing. Started off with this nice little 250 here. And the Eachine Falcon series, they have had a number of aircraft in the Falcon series. And this, I believe, is the Eachine Falcon 180. But let's open it up and take a look and see. Alright, there is the aircraft first. And this is the ready-to-fly version. Really nice. It's going to come with a transmitter. It's going to come with the aircraft, everything ready to go. Let's see if we can pull this nice little racing drone out of here. It is very, very tightly in there. Gonna have a, don't want to damage those motors getting it out. Don't want to break the arms getting it out either. I think I'm just going to pull this piece of foam off the bottom and pull it out from the bottom. Our lens cap has fallen off. Let's see, there's our lens cap. I don't know where the black nut is. Let's see. Don't see it there. There is our battery charger. Traditional B3 compact charger for 1-cell, 2-cell, 3-cell batteries. Of course, we've got a mushroom antenna here. We have probably our AC adapter here. No, there's our battery. That is our 850 milliamp battery right there. But they didn't mark the discharge rating on there, so we'll have to charge it up and see what kind of discharge rating it gets. Of course, there's our power cord, charger instructions, and a bind plug just in case you need it. Let's see, what else did we get in the box here. Is everything else that came in the box, and this is the Eachine i6 transmitter that has been pre-bound at the factory. And we've got our quadruple bladed props, both red and black, and that is everything that came in the package. And it does look like we are missing one of the nuts there to hold the propellers on, and I do not see it anywhere. Grab one of these off of the Eachine Racer 250 and we'll see if they're compatible. They should be. It looks like about the same kind of nut. There, it's a little bit bigger. So that'll throw the weight off just a tiny little bit. But it is compatible. It is just a tiny little bit bigger than the other one. But let's go ahead and put these rotors on. And these tiny ass little, let's see, BR1 1306 brushless motors. And they are 3500 kV. And yeah, these are going to be, they're the racing edition there. These should be some nice, powerful little brushless motors on this tiny little frame. I like the X-frame layout. The center of gravity is going to be really nicely positioned here. You've got, of course, a repositionable camera, which is rather nice. And it even has a microphone here on the front. Really nice wide-angle lens. Not much protection around the camera if we crash, but and slap your mushroom antenna on there. Okay, there's all the propellers installed. We've got a nice beeper here on the back, so whenever your battery starts running low, or whenever you lose the aircraft in the tall grass, it'll beep at you really loud. And of course, we've got the tail light strip, so you're going to have turn signals. You're going to have speed indication for how fast you're going, and it's going to blink whenever you stop. Nice construction. Oh, there's our last little nut right there. All right. That will help balance out this aircraft because these tiny little brushless racing drones, you really want to try and balance mount as good as you possibly can. And it looks like Eachine has done a really good job getting everything nicely compacted together. But when it comes to speed controllers, I believe this is an all-in-one speed controller, so all 4 speed controllers are attached on this one board, so you're going to have to replace that whole board if you burn out a speed controller. And there's your flight controller, rather nice flight controller. We should be able to reprogram this with clean flight. And of course there's our video transmitter, mushroom antenna, and camera, and yeah, the FS ABS. And let's plug in our battery and see how it fits on the bottom here. So there is our full setup right there. And you know, I mean, it's got some weight to it. There are no motor mounts. The motors are pretty much just mounted straight to the frame right there. But I mean, they have really cut down all the excess weight on this thing. This is a freaking tiny little drone here. It's gonna have a lot of power. It looks like when you're positioning your camera, you might need to pull your antenna off if you're gonna lean your camera all the way back and then put your antenna back on, because there's just not that much space there. So if you need your camera at that full up angle, if you're a high-speed racer, which if you're racing, that's why you're gonna get a tiny brushless racer like that. There you go. So we should be set up and ready to go. All right, let's bust out the video monitor here. This is our Eachine monitor with a built-in video recorder. It's a 5802 video monitor with diversity dual antenna receiver, and it's the 5802D actually. And let's go ahead and plug the aircraft in and see what kind of video we get. All right, let's turn on the transmitter. See, that switch seems a little loose. Well, that switch just broke right out. Look at that. So it looks like I am either going to have to bind this to another transmitter or open up this transmitter and try and fix that switch. Search for our video signal. There we are. All right. Yeah, nice, clean. Eachine knows how to do cameras. Let's see, we'll have to do a range test and see if we get any interference, but the camera works fine. Switch broke off the transmitter, but let's see if I can fix that. I don't know, let's see if I can arm the motors real quick and see if they spin up. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's screaming. So there's disarm, there's armed, of course there's our tail lights, reverse, forward, right, left. Oh yeah, that has power, speed, and a lot more stability. I did not expect that to be as stable as it is. Did you see how it maintained that hover? I mean, that's impressive for a brushless racer. We're definitely gonna have to take this outside and give it a real hardcore test. I'm just gonna have to bind it to another transmitter because this switch actually has a few broken pieces in there, and these FSI6 transmitters, if the switches aren't all in the up position when you turn it on, then it won't arm. So there's no way to get it to turn on unless I bind it to another transmitter. So binding time it is. I have bound my FlySky FSI6 here. It's not very difficult, it's got a nice little bind button there, and these Eachine transmitters, really like to bind to these Eachine receivers. Let's give it just a quick little power up and make sure that the blades spin. Everything functions okay. Alright, let's give it a test flight.
Car.
That's a nice little Palm Racer right there. We're gonna have to wait till the sun comes out to get a better flight with it, but I think Eachine's onto something here. Stay tuned for a further review.